Hello everyone. Here is our second part on kkpriest live gig, where we will now review the headliner kkpriest. If the name doesn't ring any bells, it's the band of ex-Judas Priest and kkdowning, MAIr, which we know of course of Judas Priest as well. So yeah, that's kkpriest, and we want to thank the band as well, napalmrecords, for inviting us over and doing this very live review. So thank you so much, guys. And let's kick off now in reviewing if being at a kkpriest is a go or a no. So grab your booze and let's see. kkpriest was actually the second time I saw them, as I saw them 1 year back ago in Alcatraz, and I was already impressed by the way how well they play, how great Tim's voice plays the solos. One More Shot at Glory is a very great song that really hooks you in this very band. But I must say the Academy was next level, and it might be that they've been playing much more with each other, they're much more, I would say, grown as a band. But I don't know, this gig was really top notch. As first of all, there was the space was, I think, much greater because it was much more smaller, like the Academy, rather than a festival. So you were one combined to a very space. So it really landed greatly to really be focused at kkpriest and not be distracted by anything else. And then secondly, the way they entered, it was so great, as you had this great backdrop that was reflecting every song they played, and each time it was changing. Actually, sometimes there was a video, sometimes it was just a simple like image, but really like enhanced each song, and it really gave you an impression of what the song is going to be about and what kind of atmosphere. But the way the intro they did, it's interesting. Like the song that was playing, it's something that I haven't heard yet. And then they started to do the riffs, and there was Tim, and Tim was really like on a high level. And I really liked how their set was built up, because in a way it was built up, it was great for Tim, because he has this way of singing that it's not harsh. I don't know, he has a very distinctive voice, but I noticed this night that he really sung very heavy metal, but then at certain moments he went much more into melodic, and then he was playing with his voice, doing very high, low voices, if I'm correct, as I'm not a musician myself, so I'm just saying from a listening experience. And it was nice because I felt that Tim was really experimenting songs in a way to show his capabilities as a singer, and they are excellent because each way, each voice, like platter he sang, it really greatly came up and it made really sense with the song. So it was really great to see Tim in top form, and I believe he's really great. Actually, I love his vocals, the way he sings. And then speaking about instruments, if we go to the instrument, it's unbelievable the way that kkdowning plays. He's like 70. Of course, he's not that young 20 where he runs left, right as non-stop, but he can really stand off his own. The way how quickly he plays the guitar, it's unreal. And then at the very end, when I thought there was nothing to be surprised in terms of guitars, he was doing like guitar solo, and he was so quick, and he brought so much passion, so much engagement, contact with the audience. It's unreal to see a legend still in his 70s to be still on top of the game and being able to deliver such a flawlessly like guitar solo. So well done on kkdowning, And as well, speaking about other members, like MAIr is a great guitarist as well. He and Sean had as well like a part where they play their solos, and they're both tight. They're really great the way they play, and as well the last guitarist of kkpriest was great as well. So yeah, overall instrumental, very great, with really great moments where each of the musicians had his own solo or surprisement to the gig. And apart from this, it was as well very interesting how they make connection with the audience, because Tim is actually not your usual singer, where other live musicians, I don't like, he has this thing, he goes really close to the audience, really make contact, but at the same time you really focus on giving you the best show in playing all the songs you really want to hear. So they don't do so much chit chat, which I believe is great, because heavy metal, I believe, is focused on the musicianship, on having great heavy metal nights. So it makes sense to just do from time to time to check on the audience, and he did greatly. He really gave, one time he gave a microphone to the audience, and then sometimes he just interacted left or right, and it was amazing the way he can divide his attention and interact. But it's also interesting that the way he interacts is a bit different. He plays with his hand, he really mimics and gestures the song in a very unique way, and for this it's also something to watch, except it's very interesting, and I loved it because it brought a whole new dimension to me how to experience a song. And yeah, Tony was excellent as well, playing the riffs. And then there was a standoff between kkdowning and Tim, and it was excellent because I think for some of the older audience, it really brought back Judas Priest memories. So it was a very great one to great strategy to do this. And yeah, for the rest, looking at their set list, it was greatly built up, like I said, from vocal reasons, but there was as well really songs that really brought, there were as well great songs that really tightened the association with kkpriest, like the song Sinner Rides Again, where there was a name calling, and I believe it's great to kick off with this, because you really start to get the name out. And then at the end of the night, I believe it was great to do some Judas Priest covers, like Painkillers, the very popular one, because kkpriest, in a way, it's very connected to Judas Priest, because kkdowning has been Judas Priest for 14 years. For 40 years, it's something that identity that you don't lose. So it makes sense to sing, and having this at the very end, I believe it's great, because at first they introduce you to kkpriest, you really start to chant along to that, and then it's very bittersweet to hear something very, very familiar. If they would have done, I would say at the very beginning, everyone would be confused and lost, but in this way, you just close off with great memories, and in a way that people will remember that it's kkpriest, because after all, they've introduced themselves at the beginning. So yeah, really amazing gig, and I'm in awe, like, from, if I compare this gig to all the rest, it was unreal. It was much, much better. Like, don't get me wrong, the other one was really great as well, but I believe the set time they were given, and maybe because they've been on the road so long, they have made a new album since then, and as well being touring, I think it made it tighter together. They can really rely on each other, can really do some solos, do send off, and really like play and support each other in music. So I think the band has really grown and even better. And if I must choose between Judas Priest and kkpriest, I would say kkpriest is the next thing. So watch out for them, as I believe I love actually their new album, The Sinner Rides Again, because it has this. I think it has this new heavy metal sound without losing the old sound. I believe it's very refreshing to hear a new kind of era in heavy metal, and it's unreal to see legends in being 70, being like Tim is almost 60, to really be at the top of their game. Like, it's one gig to be. So kkpriest is a very great gig, so go see them, as they are one of the, actually I think they're one of the best heavy metal bands to see. And if you look at the new heavy metal bands that are rising, well, kkpriest is one to see. It will be the best heavy metal, so check them out. And yeah, thank you so much for the invite and support kkpriest, and see you.